Yeah, that's
And
the
that
thing.
also reminds me, my favorite quote, and you can, I've heard this applied to sports, I've heard it applied to most games, is that if your opponent doesn't get frustrated or your opponent doesn't find you annoying, you're probably doing something wrong. But enough about that.
True.
We are jumping into this game, and it's going to be Pearpod on the dare roll, which is a crossover for Ember, going up against Darkruser here, which is sticking to that Yumiko.
Yeah, sticking to the Yumiko, we got him on the hammer instead of the bow right now. And kind of like we saw earlier, it's not going as well as it could. And we even see Daryl just, we even see Darkruser just getting frustrated and just throwing it out entirely. But now he's got the bow in hand, so maybe he can make him come back here. But good lord, the damage on that Sig nearly gave Pearpod the first stock there.
Yeah, Pearpod looking great so far. Using that D-Sig on the Katars as well to find that KO. Nearly a clean stock. And I want to put this into perspective. We saw a super close game earlier where Darkruser was doing absolutely insane plays, and all of a sudden there's this new player that is absolutely destroying him so far. Pearpod is on a level that we have not seen from... Well, Pearpod is on a level that we've only really seen from one or two other players this entire tournament.
Yeah, great coverage, too, making it really, really hard for Darkruser to land. I think he's kind of just been in control of, like, center stage for a lot of the game, too. And he just keeps kind of, like, resetting the situation, just popping Darkruser up over and over again, and then just kind of baiting out where they want to land. Nice Sig there to force them off. We haven't really seen them overcommit for, like, edge guards either. They're mostly just like, look, I'm in the middle of the stage. You don't have a weapon. You have to come to me. I have to lead. What are you going to do about it? And I like that. And Daryl finding another one with that Sig there, going up 2 stocks, and only an orange. They've not really been hit too much yet.
Yeah, 100%. Pearpod is looking extremely solid so far throughout this first game. And we're seeing a great potential here for a 3-stock. Darkruser showing some signs of life here, you know, getting a good side signature, and actually now kind of on a roll, getting a good couple of hits in a row. But again, Pearpod is so close, and he's starting to go for this KO here.
He is indeed trying to find that first stock. Once again, left weaponless. I like the attempt with the dare, trying to find the follow-up there with the recovery. Not going to get it, but can he maybe... Okay, maybe he can get the weapon. There we go. We at least have him on hammer. Should have a lot of range, a lot of knockback there, at least in the situation since he's this far in the red. But can he actually secure the stock? It doesn't look like Darkruser has a good method, but as soon as I say that, foot in my mouth, he finds it with a side Sig.
Absolutely, and now so far, again, Pearpod keeping this momentum, struggling a little bit, you know, finding that KO at the end of the day, but he's getting a lot closer here, and we're seeing Pearpod going for it, but Darkruser is doing an amazing job at keeping him at bay. Pearpod with the D-Sig, not going to be enough to find that KO, he's going in for it though, and that's going to be the KO, finally.
Yeah, that was really good. So Pearpod took that pretty comfortably. It took most of the game for Darkruser to find that first stock. I think Pearpod is just playing very, very safe. This is very good reactionary and defensive play. We're seeing a lot of really good examples of both in this match so far.
Yeah, for sure. And something that this is not the first time you're going to hear me, this is not the last time you're going to hear me say this. One of my favorite expressions is that 2 dots make a line, and that line has a direction side. We saw Darkruser starting to pick up the pace, starting to get something going for him. If he keeps up that level of gameplay, 2 dots make a line. He's going to win in the next game. Pearpod is going to need, even though he won that game, he is going to need to readjust to some extent here.
All right, so game 2, taking it to Apocalypse. I see. Both players fighting out with the bow right now. Right now, it looks like Darkruser doing a little bit better than we saw before. Got a little bit of a health advantage. Nothing super duper crazy. Oh, that was nice though. And not going to be able to cover the jump. Pearpod doing a really good job of recovering back. But definitely looks like Darkruser's found a little bit of momentum in this game too.
100%. We're seeing, I would like to say, a completely different Darkruser. Also, really like this Koji pick coming out. Again, I have been expecting a lot of swaps from Darkruser, but we didn't ever see any of them coming out. But again, that bow is working out great for them, just opting to swap out that hammer. Really good decision. We're going to see what they're going to be able to do on that sword, but not just yet, because Pearpod is going to be weapon starving. Nice haymaker coming out, though, to get that KO.
Yeah, it looks like maybe the switch over to Koji is helping out. But now we have ourselves an even game. Gonna try to guard the weapon. Doing a good job, but nope, Pearpounder is able to... Pearpounder, oh my lord. Pearpod is able to find it. I misspoke there. I'm so sorry about that.
Happens to the best of us. It happens to the best of us. Still, Darkruser now, massive momentum actually, taking Pearpod all the way down to orange, and they are riding on this wave. Side signature coming out, trying to hold that in a second to find something for himself, but it's not going to be anything. Pearpod now picking up the pace with those guitars and getting a couple of good hits. All in all, this is extremely back and forth right now, which is also very surprising considering how one-sided it was last time around.
Yeah, and I like the attempt trying to edge guard at the corner with a mat there. Not going to actually come into fruition. But, again, this is much, much closer than we saw the previous game. And it looks like... Oh, it looks like Darkruser's going to go out. No, he's going to be able to make it back. Not going to get edge guarded. Avoided the weapon toss snipes, too. Good stuff. But that side sig is going to just kind of end it all there anyway. And now Darkruser on their last stock once again. Not super far behind, though. Pair is pretty deeply red, so this might not be too terrible. But, yeah, we're seeing a closer game, but it's starting to kind of fall out of Darkruser's hands.
For sure, but they're on that sword, and sword, massively good weapon at finding KOs. All he needs is a one-down light right now, and that is going to be the KO for him. But Pearpod knows that that's what Darkruser is looking for, and he's not allowing him to get any way near to find that option. And Pearpod is absolutely taking advantage of that, putting out insane damage output right now, and Darkruser is having a hard time coping with that.
Ooh, good punish idea right there. Darkruser just so close to death. Fighting back. Now, weaponless. Can't take the bait and run into the weapon. That was really smart. Stayed away, but that catch not going to do it just yet. Oh, my lord. My own overlay had me confused. I thought that was going to be the game right there. Man, Darkruser just trying to find something. Finds the side sig. Is able to at least get the stocks even here. We're going to need to see a huge combo to make this comeback, and if anything, we've seen great combos from the bow all day, so this is a good opportunity for Darkruser, but he has to play extremely carefully.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep, avoiding the weapon toss reversal. Good opportunity. Okay, all right. Darkruser playing a little bit safe there. I thought he was going to just go crazy and try to find like an early edge guard or something. And going to get tagged there. Really, really good attempt. Much closer than before, but Pearpod is going to take that second game.
Pearpod throwing out the wave emote as well at the end. They're trying to be being a little bit friendly here at least. Again, 2-0 on the board. Pearpod at the end, man, Pearpod was looking so strong. Darkruser, you know, I was hyping him up a lot. Darkruser was looking good throughout the first game and also throughout the beginning of the second game. But Pearpod was able to close it out extremely efficiently. Again, we saw Pearpod being able to just... He was able to adapt. He was able to adapt faster and better than Darkruser.
Yeah, and I don't think Darkruser's out of this yet because it's definitely it's getting competitive. You know, he's playing really well from behind, but also there's only so much you can do. You don't want to be in like he can be good at making comebacks, but you don't want to be in a position where you have to like keep making them either. You know.
Playing from behind
nice.
Appears to be what Darkruser likes, though. This time around, he is going to get a better start for himself, though, keeping it at least very even. Pearpod, though, with a massive string, going to make it even more even. Darkruser not finding that KO just yet, but he's getting closer to it.
Darkruser going a little bit wild there. And no resources gonna take himself out, unfortunately. That's something you really never want to see, but especially when you're already down 2 games against your opponent here. He's got a lot of damage on Pearpod, though, so he's not out of this just yet, but that just has to be very mentally taxing to lose a stock that way.
Yeah, 100%. Especially considering he had such a good thing going for him. But then again, he should be able to take this back. He's on the sword, so from the last game, we saw that Darkruser might have a little bit of a hard time finding KOs on that sword. Let's hope that they're going to be able to find it a little bit faster this time around. But again, we're seeing Darkruser with no KO and having taken maybe 100, 120 damage.
All right, he's got a weapon back in his hand. He's got the bow. Trying to get a good jump call out. Not going to find it just yet. Pear, despite how much damage was on this stock when he initially took that stock off Darkruser, he's still yet to die. But finally,
funky angle.
Yeah, really tough angle to recover from. Did that hit on the slant there? Was that what that was?
Yeah, exactly. So the bone recovery is supposed to send them diagonally upwards, but because it hit the slant, it basically just sent them back flying the exact opposite way.
Yeah,
oh, that could have
tough.
been big! Darkruser! He tried to do the Darkruser tech. That's it. I'm calling it the Darkruser tech. He's done it so many times, it's practically his tech by now.
Yeah, I think one thing I'm noticing is that like there are opportunities where if he just plays a little bit more aggressive, he can maybe find those stocks. His pair was left with no recovery options right there near the corner of the ledge. Darkruser could have gone for something, didn't want to take the risk, was just like playing a little safe. But sometimes you got to play a little unsafe to kind of make stuff happen because that could have been a really sick reversal. Pairs at a relatively low percent. If he had taken that stock, he would have honestly maybe had himself in the lead by now.
100%. So far, again, Pearpod doing an amazing job at keeping this competitive here, staying in the lead for a long time. Nice indeed. Sidesing coming out, getting closer to finding that KO, riding on that wave, as mentioned, finding the recovery, closer and closer to a KO. I smell the signature, and there it is! It's going to be the KO. Jesus Christ, there it is.
Yep, and Pearpod is going to take that 3-0 over Darkruser. Now, of course, with the Swiss format, you have more games to play with than before.